Hey folks, Levi here once again. Welcome back to another review. I'm sorry guys for the lack of videos. Sorry about that. I have just been busy with work. Just been busy with work and haven't been able to do any reviews. But, of course, continuing my Superman marathon since we have been on the Superman animated reviews now. I did review, the last one was Superman Doomsday, and I did review Superman Brainiac Attacks. So now, getting to the third Superman animated film that I believe came out in 2011. And that is a film, the next Superman animated review, for the next review, since we've been on that, sorry. It's just been a while since I've been on YouTube, and I'm feeling a little tired. And I'm not going to be able to do another video this week because I'm going to go hang out with my, my dad and brother this weekend, and my sister and her fiance. We're going out to eat this Saturday, and I also have a work meeting at work this Saturday, so, so sorry if I sound a little exhausted. But anyway, alright, well, for the next review, of course, Superman anime review is, of course, All-Star Superman. Yes. Which came out in 2011. And to be honest, I was kind of disappointed with this movie. I just thought it was okay, in my opinion. But I do consider this film a disappointment, just in my personal opinion. I don't hate this film, I didn't hate it, I just was disappointed with it. And I thought it was just okay. It's meh. It's I think a time waster at best. Honestly, there are more better Superman animated films than this. Like Superman Doomsday, although that could have added more to the story, I think looked better than this. But that's just my opinion. Because it was just more interesting, in my opinion, of what it was trying to do. This, to me, just didn't work for me. But it's not a rant or anything, so. But anyway, let's get into the review. It is also the 10th film in the DC Universe animated original movies. It was released one day after the writer Dwayne McDuff's death. I didn't know who that guy was, but I guess he wrote some other superhero stuff like Justice League and Alien Force and All-Star Superman he did write for, so yeah. So I guess he's working on some of the DC animated films. I didn't know who he was. This film is pretty much, it is of course based on this comic, on the 12-issue American comic book series. The series that ran from 2005 to 2008 is based on this movie is based on this comic. Basically, this is about Superman dying. If you've read the comic, then you probably know. If you've ever read the comic, you probably know about what this movie's about. But that's what it's based on. No too much history on it. But I guess ever since Superman Doomsday, and ever since they've been doing these DC films, I guess DC pretty much tries to stick to the story. Yeah, that's what I've always felt that they do with their animated movies. Which, there's a lot of films, superhero films, not just animated ones, that don't stick to the comics, but DC here, they tend to stick to the comic books as much as possible. I think that's just the way I've always seen them try to do that. And sometimes it works, and in this case for me, it just didn't work. But, But anyway, sorry. The film is directed by Sam Liu. It is produced by Bruce Timm, Ellen Burnett, and Sam Mesher. It was written by the late Dwayne McDuff. It's based on the comic All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison and Frank Wiley. The music is by Christopher Drake. This is distributed by Warner Home Video. It was released February 22nd, 2011, I guess on direct-to-DVD. It is a direct-to-DVD movie, by the way. 76 minutes is the running time of this film. The voice cast is James Deaton as Kal-El, Clark Kent, Superman. Christina Hendricks as Lois Lane, Superwoman. Anthony LaPoule as Lex Luthor. Edward Hanser as Perry White. Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen him. I know he voiced, it's the only actor I know here in the voice cast I know. He's the only one I know. but I know he voiced, the character in Up. Oh, come on, how can I forget that? Yeah, he voiced Carl in Up, which I did review that film. And also he did, I think he voiced J. Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man the Animated Series, and he was an elf, so... Yeah, but he's been in quite a bit of movies. He's a really terrific actor. Francis Conroy, I think he was also in Cobra Kai as well, playing Johnny's stepfather. So, Francis Conroy as Mark Kent, Wendy Carlini as Natasha. I can't say the name, I'll butcher that. Kathy Conran, Steve Bloom, Chris Cox, Alex Denoff, John DeMurphy as Samson. Robin Exing Jones, Michael Goff as President. Okay, not that Michael Goff, sorry. Matthew Gear Gubler as Jimmy Olsen. Okay, I can't read the rest of the voice cast here. And pretty much what the plot synopsis is, what the film is about, is that Superman ponders his future after a rescue mission to the sun, which exposes him to radiation to the sun, which it poisons Superman, it gets him sick, and in this film, pretty much, Superman is dying, so what he does is decides to tell Lois Lane, tell Lois his secret, tell her that he is Superman. Meanwhile, Lex Luthor, who is in prison for his crimes and is going to be executed, has a plan, a very evil plan to take down and kill Superman once and for all. And I will be mentioning some spoilers in this review, so if you haven't seen the movie, just turn the video off and I won't spoil it for you. But that's pretty much the plot of this film, what this movie is about. Superman dying and telling Lois the secret and, and having to deal with Lex Luthor, his greatest enemy, and what he's planning to kill Superman in this film. So, anyway. Sorry. Alright. Sorry if I'm feeling a little tired, I am. The weather's been ridiculous too, I swear. It's springtime, but it's been freaking cold lately. It's cold, it's hot, and it's cold, it's hot. And I'm kind of getting sick of it. Yeah. Oh, hope you guys can see me. Hope the webcam's working. Oh, you guys can see me? Okay. Yeah, the volume should be working. Okay. Sorry, I just like to make sure that... I just like the video to make sure you guys can see me, hear me, that I'm not crooked. Because in my older videos, my face would be kind of like up, down, it'd be a little weird, and I wanted it just to be straight where you can see me in my face, when I'm talking, reviewing a movie. But anyway, so All-Star Superman, so here we go. And I'm sorry if I do sound tired in this video, I am, like I said. But anyway, here we go. Pretty much this film has a nice opening, I think, with, Superman's history, about him being born on Krypton. We've even seen some flashes here a bit, right there, of Superman being found as a baby. You see, an image of Jor-El and Laura, Superman's biological parents, and him coming to Earth and him being Superman. But Dr. Leo, there's this doctor named Leo Quinton and his project team who are exploring the sun. They're exploring the sun, trying to, I guess, radio it or whatever scientists do, study it, I guess. But pretty much they get sabotaged by Bootstrap because Lex Luthor, I guess, enchants this guy or whatever, and he turns into a big monster and starts attacking them. And of course, he's attacking. Superman shows up and he jumps out. Superman, him and Superman fight around the sun. He's choking Superman, but Superman's able to get him across and throw him to the sun and kill this bad guy. Even though he saves the day, it exposes him to this radiation, and Dr. Quintum tells Superman, well, Superman, I hate to tell you this, but you're dying. He's like, well, then so what's a dying man to do, right? Well, since they say life is short, he decides to tell Lois his secret. I do like Clark Kent in this movie. One of the best things about this movie is Clark Kent himself. It really is like they're paying a little tribute to, the clumsiness of Christopher Reeve. I feel like they were paying a little bit of tribute to that here. Because when, Perry Ryder's like, where's Clark Kent? Where's Clark Kent? Of course, they don't know he's Superman. He goes like, come on, Mr. White, and he falls. That was funny. He's very clumsy. I like that when he talks to Lois. They're having a conversation on the street. This building, part of this building, the bricks are about to fall off and hit this man. And Clark sees that, and he bumps into the guy and he's like, watch where you going, you idiot. Of course, he's kind of he's Superman. He's like, hey, he's not my idiot, he's your idiot. And the brick falls down, the man doesn't get hurt. But that was a funny scene. He's like, Lois, I got to tell you something. He takes his glasses off, tells her he's Superman. He takes her to the Fortress of Solitude. So Clark Kent and Superman's like, yes, I am Clark Kent. I just been Superman for a while. I didn't tell you. He shows her this key, which is like 1,000 pounds, that Superman can only look. He's got all these robots that work for him. He shows her part of the world, he's got some pets in the Fortress of Solitude. Lois is upset with him though for lying. He's like, Lois, it was for your own protection that I lied to you. So and they even reference Batman. It's like, well, you did this as this person, when Clark Kent gave you this, well, that was really Batman in disguise for me. He's like, Lois, I did everything to protect you, and Lois looks in this room or something, and it's like their robots, his robots are doing something strange, and Lois is like, what? And she gets mad at Superman for lying to her for those years, and she becomes suspicious, and all of a sudden she just kind of goes crazy and I guess paranoid and uses a kryptonite gun, kills one of the robots, and Superman's like, Lois, it's okay. Even though Susan was like, you can't expose me to it. Of course, he didn't tell Lois that he's dying. And he tells her that he, of course, is building her a suit. Yes, she becomes Superwoman for a quick minute there. He's like, and he gives her these powers of the sun or whatever. This radiation sun, which gives him powers. He gives her a sip of, she drinks a sip of it. It gives her powers. They go fly out for a bit, try to go save people. Basically, this was a birthday present. Okay. Which is fine. They're like alligators, giant alligators attack. Yeah, so this is from a comic book, so, you gotta dismiss the reality of it. There's alligators attacking, Superman and Superwoman show up. But of course, they're stopped by Samson and Elidus, I guess two other superheroes, I guess from other worlds or whatever they are. And they start loving Lois, and they make Superman jealous, and, it's like, well, Superman, you will fight for my affection. They go to the alligator's lair and apologizing for what happened, and, of course, it puts Lois in danger. They put this crystal on her, and Superman has to answer this riddle, which he does get the riddle right, and he was mad at those two for doing that, and they said, we're not going anywhere, we're not leaving until you challenge us to something. So they challenge Superman to an arm wrestling contest. They both, arm wrestle Superman. Superman's got both their hands like this, and they're like, Superman's like, what's wrong, I'm struggling now, and it's like the waves like this, and they're just like, oh, knocked out, and Superman and Lois leave, and they go back to their planet. They were pretty annoying characters, to be honest, anyway. And pretty much afterwards, I do like the scene where Clark Kent goes to visit Luthor. By the way, Lex Luthor himself, who has been working for the military, and the military tells him, Luthor, you've been working for us, you're not in your own little plans. Where he attacks the general, shows like, I have my own certain plans. He gets arrested by the cops, and he, on his trial, he's like, Superman made me do it. And it's like, Luthor, we're going to sentence you to death for his crime, for all the crimes that all the crimes of murder he committed, and all the evil things that he's done, pretty much. Broken the law and stuff. He goes to Stryker's Island. Him and Lex Luthor talk. He's like, you can't, you seem like a real good guy. You're more better than Superman himself. And he does his clumsy things, which is pretty funny. He's very good. They do a very good job of, like I was saying, like, it reminds me of Christopher Reeve, Clark Kent a little bit, which was funny. I like seeing that. Yeah, but eventually as Clark is, interviewing Lex Luthor, they run to another Superman villain, Parasite. Well, when they're in this prison, though, and Stryker's on, you see one of the villains who was, lifting dumbbells. That villain was actually Metallo. So it was nice to see Metallo on here for just that short time. For that 5 seconds. Then you see Parasite, another Superman villain who, pretty much Parasite is a villain that when he touches you, he can grab your energy and basically kill you. And it just powers him more up. And Parasite eventually senses that Clark Kent being Superman, breaks out. This is a scene, this is Parasite here. Yeah, the big purple monster eater, purple picket eater there. Yeah, cops, the SWAT, the cops are shooting at him. He attacks them, grabbing some of the life force and starts killing some of the other inmates. Clark, quickly as Superman, is able to hightail the cops, uses powers to get them out of there, saves Lex from nearly being killed by using his super breath on one of the criminals, trying to hurt Lex. Attack him, uses super breath, and him and Lex, he's like, stick with me, Clark, you'll be alright. Stick with me, Kent, you'll be okay. And I feel like those things where he also uses his freeze breath, and when they make it to safety, when Clark, when Parasite's about to get them, Clark steps on the floor, causing it kind of like an earthquake, and all the rocks and crushes Parasite. And Lex Luthor, attack Lex Luthor, huh? Lex goes to Parasite and starts, don't attack me like Superman! And he starts beating the hell out of Parasite, basically knocks him out. Pretty much Lex reveals the tunnel from his cell so Clark can escape with the help of his niece. I forget her name. Luthor has no desire. He also tells Clark Kent, who he does not know is Superman, that he tells Walter Clark Kent that he was the one that poisoned Superman. He calls that radiation. That monster in the beginning that you saw of the film, that was all Luthor. He planned all that. So, and then sometime later, he talks to Lois, telling that he's going to take the planet of Kandor to a new planet to thrive. Superman comes back. Metropolis was repaired with Kryptonian architect. It's by Beryl and Lego. 2 Kryptonian survivors who, I guess, were astronauts and, of course, came traveling to Earth. Now they want to recreate it. They tell Superman what they're going to do, and this was just not very interesting to me. They get sick. Superman says, I forgive you to them when he sends them to the Phantom Zone, which he should have done before, because basically they try to make Earth like Krypton, and they plan to kill people, and and they take over his Force of Sawtooth. Superman just kind of stands around and doesn't do nothing. I kind of wish he would have fought with him or something. I mean, they're basically a threat already, and I'm like, just knock him out, Superman, and send their ass to the Phantom. I'm not feeling sorry for these villains. I wasn't. They're probably trying to kill the whole Earth, but that was not very interesting. I didn't really care about any of that. That's just me, though. Then after that, Superman, of course, commits the last will and testament. saying that, Perry, Jimmy, and Lois were his friends, and he had loving parents, and, he's going to miss them. And he makes the last one testimony. He used T-Vision to write it, which is cool, but sad as well. Well, I wouldn't say cool, but it was sad. Meanwhile, Lex Luthor gets electrocuted in the electric chair. He gets shocked, but apparently Luthor was able to get the super serum for himself. I guess he pretty much was able. One of the robots we found out, Robot 7, gave Luthor the serum. So Luthor drunk it, of course, and got powers. He's like, you think you got me? T-Vision starts killing them. He's like, no, and they start shooting at him. And both of them, Lex catches a bullet. He's like, my turn. So he has powers, superpowers for 24 hours. I think it would be more interesting if he had powers full time. If, I can see Luthor. Lex Luthor, I would say, is a man that wants more power. So why not have more of it? That's what he would usually do. Why not take it all, I mean, that's just the way I see Lex Luthor, Just don't take one side of power, just take it all. That's what he would do. But then he meets up with his niece, telling him what he's planning to do. So they set a plan to tackle Metropolis. Lois, of course, comes to town. Says Superman can't survive under the red sun. There's this planet, I forget, called Solus. It's a child war computer, I guess, star computer, which I've never heard of in the comics. I never read the comic book of this, or I don't know if that's a villain in the comics, but this system basically creates the red sun, and Superman wears this, which I like. He wears this white costume with a mask on, kind of looks like a Buzz Lightyear in a way. This is what I'm talking about right here, which I thought was cool in the movie. And he goes to face Solus. He goes to face this star computer, and it basically kills his pets. And Lois apologizes and sacrifices himself. Superman knocks this robot out, and basically crashes him to Earth and stops the red sun. And he's like, "You're finished," and he punches him out. And Luthor comes to the Daily Planet with his powers, and is mad at them for what they did to him. Says, well, I'm taking over the world now, and he attacks back, and the cops can't fight him off, so he's like, I'll be taking over the White House now that I'm ruling, And of course, Superman comes to confront him, and he also comes back as Clark, and Clark, of course, gets ill. I forgot to mention there's like a trick in here where one of the other Daily Planet, workers was Clark, uses his letter, put Clark's shirt on fire, jacket on fire, and he's like, I was like, it's funny, my friend, and then he uses a little bit of T-Vision and gets the guy's hair on fire, which is funny. Lex nearly almost kills Lois. She's Superbirth is about to kill her. Superman also has a gravity gun, which also slows down his powers. Basically, we find out that he used a weapon to power him out, so they fight for a bit. It was awesome to see Superman and Lex fight for a little bit. He's like, if you die, I die. If I die, you die first. And so punching Superman, they fight, and he starts beating up Superman. Then we kill Superman, uses all his powers and strength on Superman to beat him up. And he's like, I'm gonna take over the world. It's all mine now. And he's like, I can see everything, the X-ray vision, and I feel like my powers are kind of fading. Like, Superman's like, yeah, you're fading, Lex. Yeah, that gravity gun apparently, which Superman used on him, just gave his powers away. It pretty much, since he was fighting, it took all those 24 hours away. Now his powers like, no, I beat you, I finally won, no. Gets on his knees, is upset, and of course, eventually goes back to prison. And now the sun is, out of orbit, and they need the sun back, so Superman says, I love you, Lois Lane, gives her his cape and goes, flies up there, because he is sick, and the sun will help him will help Superman get better. And at the end, everybody believes that Superman is dead, except Lois. She's like, he's not dead, and I'm going to stand here, I'm going to sit here. She's like, I'm going to be waiting for him when he gets back. And also, Dr. Quantum visits Les at jail. Les gives him this book about, Superman's genetics, that Superman and Lois could have kids. Basically, yeah. Well, they couldn't have kids because they're different ways. He's Kryptonian, she's human, so yeah. But I doubt Luthor will be executed. And then you see like a picture of Superman, like in a machinery, building the sun over, and Lois saying, he's not dead, he's just trying to save us right now, and I'm waiting for him to come back. And then that's the end of All-Star Superman. Yeah. Alright guys, I guess we're in 25 minutes in. Wow, not a very long review, but anyway. Let me give you my final opinion on All-Star Superman. Alright, well, like I said guys, to me, I don't hate this film, but to me, this was, sorry, something on the paper or something. But to me, this was disappointing. I was disappointed by this, but I don't fully hate it. I don't think it's like a terrible, shitty movie or anything like that. No. It's not like I'm saying, this is one of the worst superhero films, or worst superhero animated films ever, this is awful. No. It's definitely better than Superman Panic Attacks, I will say that. At least Lex Luthor is cool in here, and I do like Lex Luthor here. But what do I like about this film? I think the story is pretty good about Superman dying, and, even though that's sad, that's interesting. And I like Lex Luthor is involved in it, which is cool, and Lex is, I like that he's the main focus this time. He wasn't in the first two movies, but, Superman Panic Attacks, he was just a joke, and Superman Doomsday, he was a side villain toward the end of the movie, but in this movie, he is the main villain of this film, and he is good. Lex Luthor is, for me, what makes this film much watchable. And the animation, I think, is really good, too. I really like how they animated Superman. Yeah. And some of the places that the story goes, like with Samson and that other character who I just didn't care about them. This was not interesting to me, and the whole thing with those Kryptonians coming, I'm like, okay, this wasn't interesting. This, to me, they were just kind of throwing stuff in here that, to me, just wasn't interesting. But some of the humor works, like I said, with Superman, with Clark being clumsy and stuff. Clark Kent was funny in here. Yeah. I also forgot to mention, though, Superman also visits Jonathan Kent's grave, his Earth father. And, Martha Kent comes and says hi to Clark. Like, you have time for a meal? So I was like, no, I gotta go save the world, Mom. That was a nice scene there. And there were some good humorous moments in it. Like I said, putting the guy's head on fire, his clumsiness, bumping into the guy and saying, you idiot, save him from, a break of a wall, or, a break of a bridge about to fall on the guy. Bridge about to kill this guy. And that was funny. It had those funny moments. And then there's certain moments I thought were weird in the story, too. Like I say, like, some of my issues right now were with the whole thing with Samson, and that thing was just goofy. I didn't care about that. And the whole thing with the Kryptonian showing up, and I'm like, I didn't care about that. I just didn't find that interesting. Those things just kind of bored me. But other than that, still an entertaining movie nonetheless. Some of it was entertaining. I do like the fight scenes. The action is good. I like Parasite, he looked pretty scared. Yeah, this Parasite, look at that. The big purple thing right there, yep. Big purple pigger eater, He was scary. But the movie's not too long, thank goodness. It's only 76 minutes long. It goes by at a really good pace. Doesn't feel that long. It's just some of it I just did not find very interesting. And, Jimmy Olsen I thought was weird too. Jimmy Olsen, wears a dress, and I think of this movie in one scene, and you also have him wear this belt, which is weird, and, yeah. Didn't really like Jimmy that much in this movie. But Edward Hanser, the voice cast is pretty good, though. The voice cast did a really good job in this film. Yeah, and like I said, my favorite scene was Lex and Superman fighting, and of course the prison scene, that was my favorite scene with Parasite. That makes this movie, I think, that was awesome. Like I said, the animation, the story's good, but at times, there's just not very interesting. Just, my main problem with it is, I think I just wish the film was better, and I wanted a little more out of it. I wanted, let's forget the Samson characters. I want to just, keep the whole, Kryptonians said, okay, we were done that with General Zod. That was better done. I'm like, I don't need to see more Kryptonians come and get sick. And I'm like, okay, is it about teaching Superman forgiveness? Okay, I get the point. Sometimes we have to learn to forgive. I understand that, but I think you could have done a lot more with the film. I think it could have been more of a movie. I think you just could have done better. And yeah, sometimes it did bore me a little bit. I felt bored, and Superman dying, I'm like, yeah, that just made it feel depressing in my opinion. And the whole thing with Lois Lane and her going paranoid and the whole giving her power stuff, which is cool for her birthday, they did that, but it does come off to me, it came off just awkward in my opinion. I'm like, really? But I think they could have done better with this movie, so overall, in my opinion, this film was a disappointment. It's an okay film at best, but it could have been a lot better. It's a time waster. I'm going to give it a so-so, and my rating for All-Star Superman is 3 out of 5 stars. My rating for All-Star Superman is 3 out of 5 stars. An okay film, disappointing in my opinion, but I don't hate the film. And if you guys enjoyed the movie, tell me in the comments down below, what do you think of All-Star Superman? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Or do you agree with me? Do you think it's okay? Do you think it's a disappointment like I think it is? Tell me in the comments down below, what do you think of All-Star Superman? If you have seen it. If you have not seen it, I will say there are spoilers in the description down below. So, I did mention spoilers before. But, again, an okay movie. Just a disappointment. But anyway, and there are more better Superman anime films. I do say I do enjoy Superman vs. the Elite more than this. Superman Unbound, Superman Man to Tomorrow I like more than this. And of course Superman Doomsday I like more than this. Death of Superman, well I haven't seen those in a while, so I'm not going to say that yet. But All-Star Superman, yeah. Alright, for my next Superman review, y'all, hopefully it will be more positive one. And with this film I just bought off Amazon, and I think it came last week, and I'm glad I got it, just in time to do this review, so it came at a good time. And my next Superman review will be, of course, Superman vs. the Elite. Which I will give my thoughts and opinion on that review, which, again, probably will be next week, folks. I'm sorry, it's just with work, and the work meeting, and this weekend, spending a little time with family this weekend, so, and work. Sorry guys, it's just hard to do videos now. But guys, I'm not quitting YouTube. Remember, if I'm not here on YouTube for a while, remember, it's because I'm working. Or I'm spending time with family probably. But mainly probably because I'm working, So that's it. Just because I'm working. Doesn't mean I'm quitting YouTube. But anyway, Superman vs. Elite, this will be the next review. And, look forward to that. And guys, again, 3 out of 5 stars is my rating for an All-Star Superman film. And let me know in the comments what you think about it. And well, do you like it? Do you hate it? And 3 out of 5 stars is my rating for the film. And thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. And y'all have a good day. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye.